vortex. Do you see something different? It's a seatbelt. It's very strange, isn't it? Don't worry, we're not even wearing it right, okay? Apparently it doesn't count unless you wear it right. You're supposed to wear it over your shoulder. I just wear it like that so it doesn't ding. So I was in the process of uploading a video on YouTube, and I'm not that smart when it comes to technology for reasons that I personally can't avoid, because my standards don't align with technology. And so, because I don't agree with using things that are helping the elite turn the whole world into, you know, a totalitarian society, I don't have a smartphone. And so I use a camcorder to upload these videos. And oftentimes, like, I'll just forget little things, you know? Now, I have a Rumble account, and so I upload my Rumble videos at the same time, and Rumble is a lot quicker. But, I have videos on Rumble that I don't have on YouTube, because I'm technologically illiterate, but also because YouTube doesn't allow certain things like hate speech, and Rumble does, apparently. So yeah, but I was uploading this video, and it went on Rumble, but it didn't go on YouTube because it wasn't finished processing, and I deleted the video because I got impulsive and I fucked it up. So I'm sorry. I just can't get with the swing of things, you know? I really can't. And the more that I try, the more that I'm convinced that it's because I'm not supposed to. Okay? Now, maybe that's just my excuse for being the way that I am. But at this point, I would say that it's most definitely pathological, that if the same exact thing keeps happening in spite of my efforts, in spite of different methods that I have used to try to not be that way, and I'm still that way, I feel like it's just in the cards. And I need to just accept that and stop trying to be something that I'm not. And I'm not technologically literate, so there you go. Hopefully that's my final explanation, but I'm sure that there will be many more in the future. So, I don't think that I'm going to be shooting videos where I'm playing music in my car anymore, though, because of the sound quality being so bad. You can barely even hear the keyboard. I guess it depends on the sound, but I need to find like a good way to mount the camcorder onto my dashboard. I need to figure out a lot of things that I'm probably not going to figure out. So I'm just saying, this is about as good as you're going to get, okay? But if you're wondering about videos that I didn't upload to YouTube for whatever reason, you can check out my Rumble account, which is linked on YouTube now, even though I didn't request that. it was done for me. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now, and I feel like all of it is proving my point about how you cannot trust political sides, that you can't trust anybody that claims that they have the answer, anybody that claims that they're working for the people and all that. If they were working for the people, they would literally be working for the people without getting paid, okay? If they're getting attention for it, that's a form of payment. So, I don't think that you have to be controlled by Freemasons or Jews or Jesuits. I don't think that you have to be controlled by those control groups in order to be controlled opposition. So there are plenty of people in the world that are just really stupid and gullible, and you don't have to pay them to be puppets, you know? They'll do it willingly because they're virtuous. And you see that virtue on the left and the right. And people think that that virtue is more important than the reality of what that virtue entails. Okay? For example, say you love America and you believe in supporting America no matter what fucked up shit America is responsible for. And so you join the army and you go fight in a war that doesn't make any sense, but you tell yourself that it does because you love America. You tell yourself it does because of this false idea of freedom. People do this all the time with all kinds of causes. They mistake virtue for morality. They think that it's virtuous to love the country no matter what the country does. They think it's virtuous to fight in wars regardless of who started those wars and why they exist in the first place, okay? You think it's virtuous to go out and protest for the environment, and you really don't even know what's happening in the environment. You're just told things and you believe those things, okay? You think it's virtuous to go fight for people's rights, even though I'm sure that those people already have rights. So people just have no idea like how much they're being manipulated. And it's like people enjoy being manipulated. People enjoy this false reality that they're living in because it gives them a false sense of purpose. And it gives them this false ideology that they can have hope in, you know? But, I mean, I'll totally admit, there have been things that I've been caught up in, okay? Like, all they have to do is show footage. They put some sort of footage, some video, some picture online, and then people look at it, and then they soak it up. They soak it up, and then they share it, and it's like, yeah, the media really doesn't have to do that much because of how gullible the American public is. They'll repeat a bunch of bullshit talking points because they hear them off CNN or MSNBC, or Fox News, or InfoWars, okay? And they think they're a really good person because they're spreading the news. They're telling people what's really going on. They're trying to inform people, okay? it's like this conversation I got into with this liberal friend of mine who thinks that she's like turning a blind eye to like things that are wrong with the world if she doesn't watch the news. And it's like, dude, how do you work with this? I mean, I know a lot of people are in this boat right now where they work with people or they're friends with someone or they're people in their family that watch the news and believe everything they're told. And they blindly support who they're told to blindly support, and they blindly hate who they're told to blindly hate. And it's like, fuck all that. Fuck all that. I don't think that our purpose in this world is to watch TV and whine about it. Okay? I just don't. I feel like God wants more from us than to absorb all this garbage that we're receiving from all these different angles. And it's like say you watch the news, it's like you just got a bag of trash, right? You just got a bag of trash, and you're opening up that bag of trash, and you're looking at all the trash, and you give it to other people. You're like, hey, look at this. Look at this soiled napkin. Look at this. Look at this dirty ashtray. You know? Like that's essentially what it is. Look at this rotten fruit. Look at this moldy piece of cheese. You know? Don't you want this moldy piece of cheese? That's the general public. That's the general public. This is the kind of stuff that they do with their time. Alright? And I do feel like my moral obligation in this world is to try to turn people away from that activity. To try to convince people that their purpose in this world does not amount to what they watch on TV. But they've managed to turn all these people into a bunch of robot, automaton, shitbag mass consumers that do nothing but absorb garbage. So, this is why I am seemingly hopeless. But I'm not though, because I read the Bible all the time. I'm not hopeless at all. Anybody that says that is because they're of the world and they trust the system. And they want so badly to have a hero and a villain. But there are no good guys. Okay? Mel Gibson is not a good guy. You really think fucking Hollywood would allow a movie to expose sex trafficking? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? The movie's called The Sound of Freedom. Hello? Hello, patriot propaganda. Hello? But don't tell patriots that, because they get very, very touchy anytime that you try to tell them that they're idol worshiping somebody. I feel sorry for them. I do. Because they have good intentions. It's that damn virtue, though. It's that virtue that's clouding their judgment. And that's not of God. That's not of God to think, oh, but this is what makes me a better person, the fact that I love America. No! No, no, no! I'm getting so frustrated. You know, loving America or hating America doesn't make you virtuous. What makes you truly virtuous is loving God. And if you can express
that love through your actions, that will inspire people way more than standing in line and pressing a button for yet another child rapist, okay? It's just so frustrating living in this world. Because everybody's an automaton. Everybody's like an NPC or something. Like they just go along with whatever they're told to go along with. And if you don't go along with it, well, you're not really loyal. You're not really loyal to the cause. No, I'm not. I'm not. Whatever you idol worship, I don't idol worship that shit. I never fucking pledge allegiance to that flag. Because that flag doesn't deserve my allegiance. This country doesn't deserve my allegiance. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And yeah, you can't say that to somebody that's patriotic without them acting just like a leftist. Like if you want to watch a righty tighty act exactly like a lefty loosey, just threaten to take a dump on the American flag. And just say it, just make a joke. Just make a joke about it. They can't even handle jokes about that. Okay? So, by the way, I would never actually do that. I would pee on it, okay? That's what I would do. I'm kidding! I'm kidding! I would never do that. But yeah, you can't even make a joke without people getting their panties in a twist. People get very, very upset. Well, here's the thing. I hear jokes all the time about my religion. I hear jokes all the time, people shitting on my God. And they do this because of all the crap that they believe in that's obviously not working. I mean, I'm still alive, so obviously believing in God did something for me, you know? But it's so much easier for people to shit on what they don't understand than to try to understand it. Or to just admit that they don't understand it and move on. You know, like, I know several people that can admit the fact that, you know, they don't understand why people believe in God. They don't think that shit's necessary. But they're not constantly knocking people that believe in God. But like I said in the previous video, both religion and politics, because they're essentially the same thing, it's both a form of control and identity. It's control in relation to identity. Both religion and politics are just exposing the fact that, you know, mentally ill people act just like sheep, and sheep act just like mentally ill people, you know? It's all a form of control. So whether people are controlled through their emotions and they're like, they act erratic and unpredictable, or they're boring and totally predictable, so it's still the same form of control. So, no hope, just gloom and doom. Okay, I would read the scripture. If you want hope, read the Psalms. Read the Psalms, read Proverbs. Or you could just read the New Testament. There's way more hope in the New Testament. Because the Old Testament is kind of dark and depressing, but I mean, this is the world, though, man. This is the world. If it's run by Satan, it's probably not going to be too good. But unfortunately, you know, a lot of people choose Satan without even knowing it.